Time now for the voice of the land on the Big Play Network with your hosts, Kevin Arnold and Always Positive Jay.
We'll just quickly kind of go through with the Guardians. I know they went 2-2 against the Red Sox coming out of the, kind of starting this week. And then you go down to Tampa Bay, you get 2 out of 3, and that's what you got to do. You got to win these series. The 4-game series, you would love to take 3 or 4. Red Sox, even though they are down in the division and they got ripped in their first series coming out of the All-Star break. I think there was a game that was 28-5. They're still a good team, and the AL East is a tough division. The Yankees are just running away with things.
They lost today to Kansas City.
And that's probably going to happen.
The Yankees?
The Yankees.
Good.
I mean,
I'm not upset with them at all.
it's like, hey, we gave you Andrew Benintendi.
Don't even bring it
now-
up. You had to bring it up.
I did
My
because
dream player I wanted, and the damn Yankees got him.
I had to bring it up to transition into the trade deadline because that's been a name that you have been saying for a while, Jay.
Yeah, and the Yankees get him. Like, it just killed me.
I think the whole anybody saying Juan Soto and trying to link him to the Guardians,
That ain't gonna happen.
that's a pipe dream at best.
Well, that's the one thing about Cleveland. Anytime, no matter what sport, if someone's available, everyone goes to their, trade manufacturing app, and they're like, we could get him if we... And that's when you hear this saying, we'll trade Sasha Pavlovich and Aaron Newbold, and we'll get Durant. Come on. You're like... Every time someone's available, we all clutter for him, and I fell for it with Andrew Benintendi.
Another big pet peeve of sports Twitter is, especially here in Cleveland, it's, this guy just requested a trade. He's really talented. Look, let's go find a way to get him. Oh, can the Cavs get him? Can the Browns get this player that wants out or is just released?
Especially when they're individual in-division players. They're not even going to trade them no matter what we offer to us. But yeah,
guess what? If the Guardians traded for Juan Soto, I'd be over the moon.
doing backflips.
Backflips, absolutely, because you still
It's
got.
not going to happen.
But a guy that just turned down 15 years, 400, 500 million.
If they did something like that, it would have been because they have, I think, 2 more years, and it was an all-in deal. We're not ready to go all in right now.
And that's what the Guardians do is they find a way to make trades for impactful players that they have control over. That's the main word in the network or in the organization. There's probably going to be some rumors that get floated out there over the next 24 hours in the Major League Baseball trade deadline that fans, whatever team it is, especially here in Cleveland, are going to get excited about. But it's a lot of smoke, no fire to those. And that's where you get those last few hours leading up to a deadline. You get all these rumors. They don't come to fruition. Then fans get upset. When actually none of those conversations are really going on. It's people trying to float it out there for whatever reason. If I had to guess right now, Guardians, more so, I would say stand pat than buy or sell.
I think they're going to get a bullpen help. That's it. Which is one of the biggest things every year. Every team wants more bullpen help.
And that's one of those things where if you do that, I can't consider you a buyer. A buyer is someone that goes out and does go get Juan Soto, and they're in a pennant race. Or they go out and get Wilson Contreras, thinking that he can kind of help you for whatever amount of time, because he's been hugging all of his teammates, thinking he's played his last game at Wrigley Field. Peter, buy, sell, stand pat. If we put a poll out this week before the trade deadline, where would you vote on that? For the Guardians, at least.
I would lean towards stand pat, maybe buy. I don't think they're looking to sell. They're too close to being in the thick of things.
If you sell at this time, a fan base that's already frustrated with how it operates, or at least
I highly doubt they'll sell, though.
I highly doubt they'll sell, but again, making predictions is very difficult. And yes, we have the great front office and a coaching staff that develops players. And a lot of these young players have come up and played well this year. And hopefully Oscar Gonzalez comes back, and then you can still find a way to have Nolan Jones in the lineup. But I would say more so stand pat, add a bullpen arm, like pitching help, but not in a way that you're mortgaging the future, like not going
I want
all
these
in.
guys to just develop. I'm actually set with the outfielders.
And people may define it differently than I do, but when I'm thinking buy, sell, or stand pat, even if you make a deal or something, I'm saying buy, you are all in going for the win, the championship that year. If you're sell, you're
That's
fully going into rebuild mode. A lot of your main players, like a Shane Bieber, things like that, you're trading off, and you're getting so many of these prospects back. Stan Pat is like, okay, you make a little deal here, a little deal
let's
there.
say they trade Bieber and they got a starter for a starter, which you very rarely see.
Right.
It's always a starter for prospects. But if they did do the uncommon trade, then they'd be buyers because they know they have the pitching to back Bieber up. They just don't have the power hitting. So if they went out and I don't think it's going to happen just to talk. They went and traded Shane Bieber straight up for Juan Soto. Then you're a buyer. But if you go and you get 5 prospects, then you're a seller.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, again, straight up in that trade, you're being a buyer, saying that we have the pitching we can still believe in. We feel like we can get rid of a guy like Shane Bieber, who's still supposed to be your number one. Which again, that's a weird message. But just staying with the example, you're saying we need more help offensively. We have plenty of pitching depth here. And then,
they got the pitching printer over there somewhere. They just print out pitchers in 3Ds.
And they somehow draft them well. They trade for them well. They develop them well.
We had 2 bullpen games on this road trip and won them both.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, today was a bullpen.
Shaw started both of them.
We got the best closer in baseball right now in Class A.
Yeah. If that's how Shaw's going to be, give him like the first or second inning, because I'm not going to get into it right now. We don't have time because
we have to honor someone.
So again, around the table, buy, sell, or stand pat, Jay.
I think they're stand pat, like just slightly buy.
Gotcha. Peter, I know you said stand pat.
I think
right?
stand pat.
I think we're all kind of all on the same boat. Maybe those minor little deals to kind of just give some.
Maybe a little bolster, but I think
bolster
a little
depth.
buy. Yeah, they're not. I don't think they're looking to get rid. They're not looking to start again next year. I think they're going to push this year.
Yeah, but not the buy that everybody would think, and they better not sell, because don't worry, we'll be on this show making sure that if you go sell, we'll be one of the biggest voices out there. We won't need to hide behind any computer screens on Twitter. It'll be right here on the Voice of the Land, the Big Play Network.